Midwood here, a bit of a ball workout for your Pilates style. So to start with, let's just make sure you're nice and warm, feet are nice and wide. Taking the ball between both hands, I'm just going to take a squat and tap it. So notice that I'm looking straight at the camera and my elbows are going on the insides of my knees as opposed to me doing this, because that's not a squat. So make sure that you're sitting right down. Now I'm going to start to lift it over my head. So if you look at my feet on the mat, my toes are turned out slightly because that's a comfortable angle for my hips and my knees. Now if I change position, I'm going to feel it a little bit more on my back and my knees kind of want to go inwards. So that for me that's not comfortable at all. We're all slightly different. Some of you will need a bigger turnout and some of you less of a turnout. But find that comfortable position where you can sit your bum back and bend your knees and it doesn't hurt your knees. Squatting should not hurt your knees if your feet are in the right place. Good. And then from here, you can already hear my heart rate's going up. Coming over to the left side of my mat, and I just want to take the ball in both hands and just swing it and lift it. Now as I swing it, I'm stepping into and bending that right leg. My left leg, I'll show you from the side, is absolutely straight. It's like you've got a splint on your knee joint. That knee joint can't bend. Good. And then I'm going to start to lift that knee up. And my ideal is that my heart rate's going up and everything is starting to feel a little bit looser. Then I step over to the other side, arms are straight, and just rotate it backwards to begin with. Notice as I'm coming to the side, I'm not doing this, I'm pulling my foot off the mat. Keep the foot flat down, acts as your brake, stops you from stepping too far, and check when you're stepping out to the side that your foot's not going behind you. You want to be in a straight line. If you do have a mat that has a line down the middle, then your foot should stay on that middle line. Lovely. So from here now, I'm going to take a step to the back, lift up, lift my knee up. I'm going to come down to a big lunge, rotate the ball behind me, look over my shoulder, and then push up and come back. So I lift, rotate, and come back. Now I'm going to turn around and show you that so you can see what the back leg is doing. So watch my back foot right up in the air with my heel. Your knee can actually touch the mat if it wants to. I'm going to do one more on this leg and then I'm going to swap. So it's knee, lunge and twist, and then knee again. So I'll come back round on this side, knee, lunge and twist, and knee again. Up, lunge and twist, up again. So you should by now be feeling warm, and a little bit looser. Lovely. So from here, goes between your knees. Now, a lot of us want to kind of stand there because it's comfortable. I want you to stand where it feels really uncomfortable and too close. And your aim is to sit back and pop the ball forward. So you should see that it kind of pops out. If you remember, if you're old enough to remember Hubba Bubba, I don't think we make it anymore, then think about blowing one of those massive Hubba Bubba balloons. You could only get them big with that particular brand, couldn't you? If you were a conjurer, of course. If you weren't, you'll probably think it's not nice. So popping it forward and really feeling those inner thighs now starting to come into play. So you can hear that I'm out of breath, and this is the point. This is fitness Pilates. We want to get the heart and lungs going as well. So From there, I'm going to use this to help me balance. Stepping forward with my right leg, just the toenails touching the floor. Now my aim is to just touch the floor with this ball, but forward in front of my mat. So not straight down here, but reach ahead. Now if you look, I'm counterbalancing with this arm. It's coming out to the side. And I want to let my back leg rock. Now again, I'm showing you from the back because what a lot of us tend to do is this, because we feel unbalanced and we rock back. That's not where we're going. Keep the foot where it is at the back, tip forward and then come back to that position and try and overextend the arm, because the more you reach for the front edge of your mat, and if you look at my foot, I'm in the middle, the more you reach forward, the higher that back leg is going to lift. But don't forget the ball is going to balance you. When the supporting leg has said, thank you, I've had enough, please change, listen to it. So the ball's in the opposite hand to the front leg, and the same hand can then counterbalance. Now you'll see very clearly that I don't balance as well on one leg as I do on the other, and we're all pretty much the same. So don't worry if it kind of feels like it's harder on one side. Your body probably is struggling a bit more on one side, so don't worry about it. Good, so you should be feeling this in both legs, but more so on this one. Last one, great stuff. So from here, I'm now gonna come down. My aim now, I've focused on my butt a lot, so now I'm going to focus on my tummy and my butt as well. Goes between my knees, and I'm going to just squeeze. So let me show you from the side. What you're looking at here is this middle section. My feet close to me, and ideally you press, and I'm rocking back through this bit. So what I'm trying to do, look at my pubic bone and imagine that my pubic bone is doing that and it's coming closer. Now don't skimp on squeezing the ball. It's hard to see, but I'm actually really squashing the heck out of it with my knees. And then I'm going to hold it and lift it up. Now again, try not to let your legs drop in this position, keep it up. So I'm holding the ball between my knees. I'm going to take my hands behind me now. Rather than wide, have them close, and then just try and bend your elbows backwards and push. So my feet are going upwards as opposed to coming down here. This is not good for your back, so don't let your feet go close to the floor. Keep those ankles up, up, up. Hold it. Now, squash the ball. Squash, 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 squash. 4, 3, 2, 1. Scooting forward, keeping it between my knees still, lifting my head up, and then from here, I'm going to rock up my hips and tap the floor. Now, I'm keeping my head up because that keeps my back flat on the floor. And I'm peeling as opposed to forcing, yeah? So peel up. Now if you can, if you've got no issues with back, pop your hands down. You will feel your back, but it will strengthen it. So if you only want to do a few with your head down and then go back to head up, please do that. Looking good. Great stuff. So you should be feeling your tummy muscles by now. And then from this position, I'm just going to move it to my feet and press it forward. So what you should feel now is that you can lengthen a little bit more through feet. And again, I've got my head up because I want to keep my back supported and keep those tummy muscles switching on so that the back's not tempted to take over. Now I want to hold it. Just hold it. Lift your head a little bit higher. Release it. We're going going to do just 2 more. Hang in there, you can do this. I'm going to rotate. So opposite hand, yeah, knee bent, ball at that hip, twist, twist, twist. Now I'm not leaning backwards, I'm just pushing, pedaling my feet. Now try and keep the knees pulling upwards as opposed to doing this and wiggling them to the side if you can help it. So I'm just focusing on looking behind me. Now if you feel when you've done a few that you want to lean back a little bit further and just feel it a bit more, go for it, but you don't have to. Listen to your body, but I'm keeping my heels on the floor the whole time. I'm not lifting my legs up. So it's a nice rotation, and then we got one more. You're going to come up onto the ball. So lift up into shoulder bridge, stick the ball right under the top part of your bums. And then I'm literally going to take one leg up to tabletop, second leg up to tabletop. So 2 in this position, tapping the right, tapping the left. If you can balance without your hands on the floor, what's quite nice is to just focus. Oh, my brain's gone a moment. On taking opposite arm and opposite leg back. Notice that when I touch the floor, I'm taking my legs slightly forward. I'm not just doing this, tapping the knee down. That's not going to work your tummy in the same way as if you extend the leg a little bit further forward. And then your last one, hands go down, one leg goes up, one leg goes out, swap, pulse, swap, pulse, swap, pulse, swap, pulse, swap, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5. Slight kink in your knee. 4, 3, 2, and relax. Little stretch out. Take the ball over your head. Tips of fingers, tips of toes. What's rather nice to finish with is a roll up and a roll down a couple of times. So I'm just going to throw the ball forward, bring my knees up so I can push my back into the floor, squash the ball as I roll up, stretch it forward, hold it, roll it back, stretch here, fingers and toes, and then again, bring the ball forward, slide my feet up so my knees are bent, my back can squeeze into the floor, push into the ball. Take it there, bring the ball back down, just drop knees to one side. I like to stack my feet here and then come across the other side. Now you can stay here much longer than I'm doing, I'm just showing you the stretch. From that position, I'm just going to hug my knees right in, holding it there. Take the ball behind my head, let my feet come out, drop, and relax. Now what would be quite nice is for you to just turn the music off, which I'm just going to do, and allow yourself to just relax and take some nice breaths. Here. Soles of your feet together. And then bring one leg in, slide the other leg out, flexing the foot so you've got your head is supported with the ball, pulling the knee in, flexing that bottom leg, so really pulling the heel up, and then allow that leg to just come, let it flop open. Take some nice breaths. Come back to center. Now let's take that side to side stretch. With your head supported now, aim to keep your shoulder blades, both of them, flat on the floor. So just let the lower half rotate. Shoulders are relaxed, face is relaxed, fingers relaxed. Holding it one side. Then gently let your head fall to the other side. And switch. Come back to center. Let's do the other leg. So one leg is straight. You're stretching and lengthening that leg, pressing the heel into the skirting board, pulling your toes back towards your knee. And then the other leg, you're pulling it really, really close to your shoulder. Relax your toes if you can. Let your pelvis tilt. And then let the tension go in both. And just allow that leg to fall out to the side. Coming back to both of those knees flopped down. Tilt your pelvis. By all means, bring your feet in closer if that feels good, or take them further out, wherever works for you. But tilt your pelvis. 2 fingers insides of thighs gently. Releasing it. I'm going to grab a hold of the ball, slide myself up to seated, stretch the ball forward towards my feet, let my chin, or my cheeks rather, sit on my knees, rounding out spine. And then slowly, using the ball to help me, just push forward into a little squatting position. And then just hold where you've got a nice bend in your knees. You've got your back rounded out, let your head drop. And then just start to pull your tummy away from your thighs. Let your hands dangle, stay there. Your arms should naturally be loose, making little circles. There's no tension in your shoulders. Take a breath in, and then just zip up your spine. Vertebra disc, vertebra disc, vertebra disc, vertebra disc. Just standing. Give everything a little shake, and give yourselves a well done me. Have a lovely day. Bye.